First, the fast-growing crime known as knock-knock burglaries. Some have now escalated from break-ins at empty houses to violent home invasion robberies.
Tonight in this Fox 11 Investigates, Phil Schuman reports on a three-man flocking crew that police have connected to a dozen home burglaries and the shootings of a toddler and a Hollywood television director.
It's a rap video singing the praises, so to speak, of flocking, a slang term for a burglary crew. Isaiah Moxley produced the video.
I don't find this cool, but it was my job that, again, I feed my family off this, so I'm not turning down any video offer.
But the crimes glamorized in song are a real, a dangerous, and a growing problem. Knock-knock burglars, so named because they knock to see if anyone's home before breaking in, hit this LAX area neighborhood hard. Ray was a victim.
It's just a very frustrating, and you know, it's an invasive, uncomfortable feeling when that happens.
So was Tony.
Unfortunately, it's a sign of our times, and that's what makes me angry.
Tony came home as the burglars were leaving, but he got a license plate, a crucial clue that led to arrests. But as soon as that crew was busted, another popped up in its place.
They're making easy money, and they brag about it. They brag and say this is easy money, easy taken, and they'll keep doing it until they're caught.
LAPD Detective Umberto Tovar works a specialized knock-knock burglary task force. According to this search warrant, one flocking crew working the LAX area neighborhood is thought to be responsible not just for burglaries, but for escalating them to violent home invasion robberies from West LA to Covina to Riverside to Torrance and back to Eagle Rock. There have been at least 2 shootings. In one, a 2-year-old was shot and wounded. In the other, a woman shot, a man killed. His name was James Marcus Howe, 42 years old, a TV director with a wife and young son. That was last Thanksgiving morning at this home in Eagle Rock. As in the other cases, 2 armed suspects try to force their way in. There's a struggle. Howe is shot and killed, his wife wounded, their young son, who was also home, unharmed. A week later, a home invasion in Long Beach. 2 days after that, Covina. 4 days after that, another home invasion in Riverside, where Caesar lives.
They knocked on the house and they showed a gun to their face and they was give us all your stuff. I think they took a wedding ring and they hit the fiance over the head.
And that's where this crime spree ended, at least for these 3 suspects: Ronnie Barnes, who already has been convicted, and Dante Thomas and Millard Brown, still awaiting trial in the Riverside case. Gang members, police say, who apparently used this Los Angeles motel as their headquarters. Meantime, knowing there's no shortage of opportunistic criminals, people are doing what they can to protect themselves.
I just got this big dog, a dog that will bark, because I want a dog that makes noise. So, we just don't feel very secure here anymore, which is sad. And
in Covina, where mortgage broker Dean Wiley works out of his house, he's taken it to the extreme. A 16-camera setup after knock-knock burglars tried his house but left, only to hit his neighbor.
When I hear that 2 doors down from me, they actually tied up an old lady, that right there shows me, when my wife comes home from work, it might be nighttime, they can just grab her and, whatever. So it's pretty scary.
Pretty scary would be an understatement. Yes, there are now tougher penalties for home invasion convictions for using a gun in a crime. Clearly not enough of a deterrent to what some see as a glamorous life. Phil Schuman, Fox 11 News.
One of the 3 men arrested from the Riverside home invasion, Ronnie Barnes, has already been convicted and sentenced to 48 years in a prison. The other 2 suspects are still waiting for court action. Meanwhile, police continue to investigate the connection between Barnes and the other 2 suspects and the murder of director James Marcus Howe.